What is going on, guys? So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a perfume house that I ended up recently discovering. Particular house, Berceuse Parfums. This particular house is founded and operated by Will. Prior to create his own perfume brand, I want to say around 2013, he wanted to build it on sound foundations such as being kind and doing good by others, by getting rid of all the nonsense and the middleman sort of nonsense, and just bringing a good product and not trying to run somebody around with a sales pitch, creating a good fragrance that is truly unique, doing their absolute best not to copy or mimic anyone else's creations, and create stuff that is very much so their own, being open and available to speak to anyone about the product and being completely honest, as well as taking pride in the craftsmanship. Not right, start over and make it right. So here I have a couple of samples that arrived in the mail. Let's check these out. Packaging came in, Berceuse Parfum on the side. Hello, here on this side. Open this up. Oh, and you have a beautiful sort of graphics in here. Notes in harmony. And you got like the music notes here. Very beautiful. And a very beautiful display so far as the wrapping paper. Berceuse Parfum, got it in black and with white, with the white design, and up top white with the black design. That's really cool, and I love that contrast going on right there. Oh, and they gave me a sticker. Listen, they must know I love stickers and that I haven't clipped my nails yet. All right, guys, can you guess what that sticker is? Where? It is here. Great job, guys. And we also have a letter in here. It says, Michael, thank you so much, and we hope that you love these perfumes, Paula. It's always good to get a handwritten note. Just warms your heart. And I keep all of my letters too. So here's our fragrances here in this little wrapping. Slide these out. So here we have our two fragrances, Alegrito 7.2 and Minneapolis 5.3. As Grace Note, and I hope I pronounced this right, Spiros Dosopoulos. Really nice design on the box here. Made in the US, EDP, Berceuse Parfum, New York, BerceuseParfum.com. And here is our sample bottle, Minneapolis 5.3. Let's try this out. What I am getting from this is really interesting. So in this particular fragrance, you're getting citrus aldehyde, cinnamon, clove, orange flower, lily of the valley, orris root, ylang ylang, rose, suede accord, patchouli, sandalwood, powdery notes, oak moss, musk, as well as amber. What I get when I smell this is pretty interesting. You're getting like this, almost this chocolatey, leathery sort of a vibe. And you're getting some floral components that come in as well. There's something in here that almost comes off animalic, but just when I say it's extremely slightly, it has like this bold, savory, musky, floral component. The patchouli provides just a little bit of this almost sweet chocolate sort of a vibe. You're getting that leathery vibe that I'm getting is coming from that suede. There's something playful in here as well. The cinnamon and that clove, it isn't coming off strong at all. And honestly, those two pair up really well with those powdery notes that's coming in. And those two, I believe that powderiness kind of helps it not be so sharp and helps it not be so cutting and piercing, because both of those have the potential to kind of come off a little aggressive. With those powdery notes join in with those, it makes it really creamy. And I love when cinnamon and any spice is done that way, where it can become a little bit more creamy, a little bit more dusty versus spicy. The floral components come in and they work so well together with everything that's going on. You get a beautiful, zesty and wet citrus vibe right in the beginning, like a really, I don't want to say juicy citrus, but just a wet citrus. Very misty, very watery like. You get that in the opening, the initial opening. Very nice, very beautiful. And you get just a little bit of this citrus vibe that hangs out for a little bit longer. And then that powderiness comes up, that spice comes up a little bit more. The suede, that leathery sort of vibe that I get from that suede, that comes up a bit more. I believe you get a little bit of that oak moss, and I believe it kind of shows up quickly in that opening as well, with that sort of watery, that murky, watery citrus kind of a vibe in that opening. I believe it shows up a little quickly in there, and I believe it shows itself a little later on in that dry down as well. Overall, an excellent fragrance. Love how this is composed. Puts me in a mindset of something that is just like Italian inspired by Italy or something like that. It gives me a mindset of that, like that leathery accord, that murky water accord. It gives me a Venice sort of a vibe. Very beautifully done, very beautifully blended as well. My favorite component to this is just that chocolate smooth vibe from that patchouli, that powderiness that comes and mix in with that cinnamon and that clove, and creates this dusty sort of movement between those groups of notes. And that suede, or what comes off to me like this leathery vibe from that suede. Love it. Absolutely love all those components. Next up, Allegretto, Antonio Gordoni. Now for this one, I want to try to guess some of these notes before I actually pull up the notes. So I have the notes preloaded, but I had someone else to upload them for me, so that way I didn't see them. We're going to test out our nose and see how we do. Got a few good sprays there. Love the color of this juice as well. Really deep, sort of a goldish orange. Oh man, that is a smoky wood. It is just dry and smoldery as it wants to be. You're getting some high-pitched green herb in here as well. Oh man, it's coming, what I'm catching is coming off almost like the smoky wood is coming off like a cedar wood, like a really smoky cedar wood, like a Virginia cedar wood or something like that. Oh, really smoky, warm, smoldery. But there's a green, something sharp and green, like a basil, but it's not as wet, because basil comes off like this wet, peppery green, and this smells like a dry green. Oh man, it's something in here. It's something in here like, it's a green, but almost like a powdery menthol kind of green. Ooh, man. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I might be getting a tonka bean. I might be getting a cedar wood, maybe a Virginia cedar wood. I might be getting basil, possibly a mint, because it's something really refreshing, but at the same time dry. Most mint that I come across comes across real refreshing, bright, and got like this misty kind of a vibe to it, like this cooling vibe. This smells more so dry, which is probably attributed to that smoky wood that I'm getting. There's something also like leathery coming off in this as well. Something a little savory, a little cold savory. Man, yo, I'm gonna say orris root, tonka bean, cedarwood, basil, mint. But that mint, that green was just really dry. I'm gonna say either basil, there's something peppery slightly going on, so I would say maybe a cardamom, but I don't want to say black pepper because it's not coming off direct as a black pepper would. I would even gamble and say a nutmeg. I'm gonna stop there because I could be getting off track. So we're gonna go with orris root, basil, mint, cardamom, nutmeg, leather, and I think that's it. I think I said cedarwood, and we'll go with that. Oh wow, it's thyme, rosemary, bay leaves, mint, lavender. So that was the dry herb that I kept catching, that dry green. Lavender, vanilla, lang lang, vetiver, benzoin. So that's what I was getting, that tonka bean, and Himalayan cedarwood. Okay, all right. This one is a really nice fragrance because this one, there's a sweetness that comes up a little bit later. That vanilla and then that benzoin has almost like that sweet tonka bean kind of a vibe mixed in with that vanilla. That comes up a little bit later on in the dry down, and it's super enjoyable. Very masculine scent without it being without it taking itself a little too serious. I'm not sure what time of day I would wear this. I know seasonal, it would definitely be fall and winter with how smoky and just, I mean, that is a smoky wood, baby. No doubt about it. And so I wouldn't dare put this on in the summer nor in the spring. This to me would live best in the fall night and winter day and winter night. It's just, oh man, just this super smoldering smokiness, and you get like this little bit of sweetness that comes in there. The mint is the mint, the thyme, the rosemary, all of that is just sitting tucked in neatly right inside that cedar wood, and all of that is just in there, and so none of it comes off the way that it would normally come off, except the bay leaf, and I think that's it. The bay leaf is the only thing that came off the normally the way it would, but paired in with that cedar wood, it just smells like it's sitting right inside of that cedar wood. And so it just makes all those components a bit more dry and muted in a good way. Oh man, it all works together perfectly. The cedar wood, in my opinion, is the star of this fragrance. The cedar wood shines brightly, and it's kind of like the anchor for everything else that's going on. That cedar wood anchors in that earthiness from that vetiver, anchors in those green herbs and make them a bit more dry and muted. It anchors in that mint and just gives it like this really nice component to where it doesn't come off as wet, misty, loud as it normally does. It learns how to work alongside that cedar wood. That cedar wood is cutting louder than the mint, and mint normally doesn't do that. Mint normally takes over a fragrance. That benzoin and that sort of spiced, smoldering tonka bean sweetness, spiciness, amber, resinous kind of a vibe, that's going to come in, sit alongside with that vanilla, and that's going to come up in that dry down, and it's just gorgeous. This is a very well done scent. Love the components that they chose. I love the edginess in this. Beautiful scent. So far, what Berceuse got going on, I'm digging it. I'm liking what they got going on. I'm liking the blending, the choice of notes, the placements of notes. Everything smells amazing. What I'm really digging about Berceuse Parfums is their thought process on giving back. There's an organization called My Stuff Bags Foundation, and with this particular organization, a portion of each sale that Berceuse Parfums have, they'll send a portion of that, some of those proceeds, to this organization. This organization provides blankets and toys, different amenities to help children feel comfortable that come from rescued situations, from dealing with abuse and homelessness and all sorts of different backgrounds. This organization provides a lot of amenities for them in transitioning into a loving home and just helping them just feel a bit more comfortable, a bit more at ease from dealing with those various situations. So hats off to these guys. Listen, I will drop a link in the description where you guys can check out that website for yourself. Right now on the website, I'm seeing 2 fragrances, which is the ones we went over today, Minneapolis and Allegretto. I'll drop that link in the description. And that is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.